All right then. Can everybody hear me? Going to try and be slightly more quiet tonight. It's 3 in the morning UK time. Let's see how many people we got here. 4 people. I'll take that. I thought it was just going to be me and Sharon. Jesus Christ! Hold on. Let me mute the mic while I do a fart. 1 sec. There we go. 4 in the morning. 3 in the morning. Excuse me. UK time. Jesus, this is some big fight. This is 3-4 people live. Absolutely unbelievable. Katie Taylor versus Amanda Serrano. 3 in the morning here. I'm about to put on about a good. I'm about to put on a bit too much weight because I've got a plate of chicken and rice here. 3 in the morning eating chicken and rice. Fucking dreadful. It is what it is. All right, we've just watched Liam Beefy Smith, also known as Liam Beefy Shite. I think he's just got the decision over Shitey Vargas. Jesse Vargas is still getting paid his own money. Fuck me. What an absolute clown show of a company. Still fucking paying Jesse Vargas money. You couldn't fucking write this shit, you know. How many paychecks has he had out of the zone? Jesse Vargas. My gosh. The man who once famously earned £1 million for being on the undercard on the zone. Anyway, hopefully that's the last time we'll see Jesse Vargas in the boxing ring. Certainly, hopefully, that's the last time I ever see Jesse Vargas in the boxing ring. Fingers crossed. And we should be getting on with the main event very, very shortly. Onion Bag says, glad you jumped on. Well, there's nobody watching really tonight. So, like I said before, I'm going to keep my voice down. I'm going to watch this fight. I'm going to try and not have too much of this chicken and rice, actually. I'll try and limit it to a couple of spoons. I'm supposed to be losing weight. Oh, Lord dear. All right. Who have you got? Too hot. Who are your predictions then? I'm going for Katie Taylor. Unanimous decision. Oh my God. Did Jesse Vargas get stopped? Because it looked like he took a bit of a beating later on in that fight. My gosh. Patrick Curtis. Vargas massively overrated. Never had a standout win. It's 3 in the morning down here, Patrick. I ain't got time for resumes at the minute. 3 in the fucking morning. Jesus Christ. Does anybody watch this entire undercard? How's it looked? I hope we got an undisputed female champion tonight in the middleweight division. My prediction is Katie Taylor by unanimous decision, wide. I think we're going to see a quote unquote masterclass here. That's my opinion. Hardeep Singh is saying Katie Taylor by knockout in round 8 to 9. So Hardeep Singh's been sniffing the glue at 3 in the morning UK time. Good to see. All right, looks like we're getting on with the main event now. Thank fuck for that. I'll have to wait and see. Jake Paul and Eddie Hearn trying to hype up this fight by making fake pretend bets with each other. I have to say one thing about Katie Taylor. Oh God, here we go. They got Clara Shields on now. Jesus Christ. I mean, the weave is just unbelievable. She's got a chain. Clara Shields, right, has spent her money on a chain which has the words "quote" on it. You know what? We really have to start doing better with money, you know? Like actually put money into things that put money into real estate, put money into investing stocks. Clarissa Shields out here spending her hard-earned money on a diamond necklace with the words "quote" on it. Fuck me. Oh boy, it is what it is. Thomas says Liam Smith is the best boxer out of all the brothers. That's not fucking hard, is it? Not fucking hard, is it? When your brothers are fucking Stephen Swifty Smith and Paul Smith Jr. No disrespect, but do you know what I mean? No disrespect, but it is what it is. Yeah, we'll see what happens. Just waiting for the fight. As usual, the zone are taking ages. They're showing Rosie Perez, who's a so-called boxing fan, giving her prediction. Rosie Perez looking dreadful these days. I mean, I've never seen... That has to be, no disrespect, that has to be one of the biggest fall-offs I've ever seen, you know, Rosie Perez. This woman in her prime, yeah, was extremely good looking. You ever seen Rosie Perez in White Men Can't Jump? And then you go and see Rosie Perez now. Lord Jesus Christ, man. Fall-off season. Fall-off season. It is what it is. 15 people here. Hit the like button if you wish. DAZN are doing a DAZN, really. DAZN are doing a DAZN. Do you know what I mean? Should be having the fighters come to the ring right now, but these Muppets want to long it out as long as possible, just so that we clash with, Valdez and Stevenson. Adam Pax, oh, you guys are saying Clarissa Shields looks good tonight. I ain't feeling Clarissa Shields. What is she? She boxes at 160 pounds, right? Is that right? Clarissa Shields, 160 pounds. I reckon 150 of that's her ass, but that's a different story for another day. Fair play. Some people are into that kind of thing. It is what it is. Toby's here. 16 viewers. We out in force. We're doing big numbers, boy. Like Eddie Hearn says, this is one of the biggest fights in history. Early this week on the Dillian White stream, we did 400. At one point, we peaked. The Dillian White stream early this week, we peaked at 400 people in the chat. Tonight, 20. And you know what? I'm grateful to even get 20 because I know that today is going to be a washout, isn't it? It's going to be a washout, but we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Blah, 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 blah. 1-2 pivot feeling Carissa. I ain't feeling it. Yeah, Grant says, lol, it's been sold out for weeks. I've heard that's a bunch of bullshit, to be honest. I haven't really said much about the fight, but I've heard all this bullshit about it being sold out for weeks. It's complete garbage. And that their tickets all over the place. Just go on fucking Ticket Hub or Stub Hub or Ticketmaster or wherever Matchroom flog their fucking tickets. There's fucking loads. There's my prediction. In writing, Katie Taylor YGD. 2-minute rounds is a different sport. I think we're going to learn the difference tonight between 2-minute rounds and 3-minute rounds. Now, is tonight a 12-round fight? Yes or no? Is it a 12-round fight? Because if it is, and if my maths is correct, right, then what would that mean? 2-minute rounds, 12 twos. That basically is 10 rounds. Jesus Christ. I mean, just 10. It's embarrassing for women's boxing, really, isn't it? Do you not think that's embarrassing for women's boxing? I think that's fucking embarrassing for women's boxing. The greatest fight, the greatest women's fight of all time. 10 twos. Not even 12 rounds. 10 twos. Is there anybody here who still thinks Amanda Serrano is going to win this fight tonight inside 20 minutes? 10 twos. Oh my God. Not even 12 twos. 10 twos. Anybody thinks Amanda Serrano is going to get Katie Taylor out of there? 10 twos. 10 2-minute rounds. Fucking hell. It's a fucking 7-rounder, isn't it? 20-minute fight, isn't it? 20-minute fight. Is that right? 20-minute fight. So basically, in men's boxing, this would be this would almost be the equivalent to 7 3-minute rounds. Nah, no chance. No chance. I don't give a fuck what Serrano is. I'm telling you. She's going to struggle tonight, I reckon, in my opinion. But we'll see what happens. Yeah, Toby Players. Less than 7 rounds. They call it the greatest female fight of all time. The greatest female fight of all time. And it's basically, in men's boxing, this would be the equivalent of about a 7-round fight. It is what it is. Adam Patch says, I think Serrano got too much pressure. She's got 120 seconds, yeah, per round to build pressure. So good luck with that. We'll see what happens. Listen, if I'm wrong and Katie Taylor gets smashed, listen, it means Eddie Hearn's lost 2 of his biggest stars in the space of a week. So I'll take that. I won't be gutted about that. But I can't see it happening. I can't see it happening. Serrano is backstage in a locker room. Apparently, they're still saying that Amanda Serrano has no phone and no boyfriend. Would you believe that? Press 1 if you believe that Amanda Serrano has no mobile phone and no boyfriend. Have you heard this shit before? Serrano's got no phone and no boyfriend. Now, I will say one thing. I did see one of her videos of her going for a run. And on the video of her going for a run, she didn't have a phone with her. She was using an iPod mini to play her music. So, but Amanda Serrano, apparently, no phone, no boyfriend. Somebody there, somebody somewhere is, there's just no way. Yeah, Bonty, she's always tweeting, exactly. Serrano, no phone, no boyfriend. She deserves to lose. She deserves to lose this fight for that alone. To be honest, can I be honest with you? I've never supported Katie Taylor in a fight, but Amanda Serrano deserves to lose this fight alone for having no boyfriend, no mobile phone. You don't deserve to be the quote. you don't deserve to be the quote. You got no mobile phone, no boyfriend. How the fuck do you deserve to be the quote? Jesus Christ. It is what it is. My prediction is Katie Taylor's going to win this fight, and the talk is going to be about 3-minute rounds afterwards. We will have to wait and see. Thomas says, this fight is going to be shite, I reckon. It's been pushed by Eddie and Jake far too much rather than letting the best women's fight ever speak for itself. Listen. To me, look, Shields and Marshall, if that gets signed, watch out for Shields and Marshall. I think Shields and Marshall is actually going to do well on Sky. Genuine animosity between Shields and Marshall. None of this fucking bullshit that we're seeing with Katie Taylor. Did you see this fucking face-off? Let me get this up quickly. The two of them are about to come to the ring. Did you see this face-off between Taylor and Serrano? With Serrano laughing and giggling along with everything that Taylor was saying. And they're talking about how respectful they are and all this fucking garbage. And then you had fucking Jake Paul doing a face-off with Eddie Hearn. I mean, is this for real? Why does this guy have to make it about him? It's always got to be about him, innit? Can you believe this? When was the last? I mean, Jake Paul's had fights. So you can't really criticize Jake Paul because Jake Paul's got in the ring and Jake Paul's put his life on his line. But Eddie Hearn, am I right in saying that he's the first ever non-combatant that sat and done a face-off? What's he doing a face-off for? He don't fight. He don't glove up. What the fuck's he doing that for? The whole thing's been a fucking clown show from top to bottom. And this piece of shit was even worse. This one. No spice in this whatsoever. Taylor and Serrano face-off. No spice. Do you know what I mean? No spice. Less spice than a white woman's cooking, to be honest. It is what it is. He's had a few amateur fights, so has he? Okay. I'll say no more then, shall I? No. It is what it is. Crazy D3, Eddie is the second biggest name at Matchroom after Joshua, probably in Canelo. It is what it is. Meanwhile, we're still waiting for these two ladies to come out. They seem they're determined to clash with the ESPN event. Meanwhile, The Rock apparently has been tweeting about Katie Taylor and Serrano sisters. No question, yeah. What's that? No question that The Rock had his assistant in it sending tweets out, innit? That ain't The Rock. The Rock ain't watching no Katie Taylor versus Amanda Serrano. The Rock, yeah, had his assistant send a tweet out to make sure that he stays on the right side of, the right side of the wokerati. You really believe The Rock's fucking watching this? Hey, you know when it was Tyson Fury and Dillian White, The Rock actually sent a video message, didn't he? Direct video message to Tyson Fury going, get out there and do it. You feel me? Along with The Undertaker and Triple H. Yo, let me ask you a question. You know when Anthony Joshua has fights? When Anthony Joshua has fights, does The Rock ever do a video message to say, Anthony, I'm watching your fight. I hope you go out there and do the business? Does The Undertaker do anything when Anthony Joshua fights? Because you know Anthony Joshua's like a big star in America, isn't he? Like he's a big global star, isn't he? What did Eddie Hearn say about Anthony Joshua? Eddie Hearn said you can't walk down any fucking city anywhere without seeing pictures of Anthony Joshua. Fucking bullshit. I can walk down my high street right now. There's no sign of him. The Notorious One says, Walkout for the Brooklyn Nets Ultra. The Nets got swept, mate. You notice you didn't hear me talk about basketball no more. The Nets got swept. Boy, that was harsh. You know what it was? I stopped watching it at like 2-0. And you know what it was? It broke my heart to see Kevin Durant go out like that, But the Nets are going to win it next year, 100%. Fully fit Ben Simmons. Get James Johnson back. And listen, I don't know nothing about basketball, but let me tell you something. I will never, ever give up on Kevin Durant. Let me tell you one thing, one positive. Layla Ali is fine as hell. I don't care how old that woman is. That woman, Layla Ali, is fine as hell. Do you know how well that woman's aged? That woman's aged like a bottle of fucking Chateauneuf de Pape 1920. It is what it is. John Burns says AJ loses to Daniel Dubois. Yeah. AJ loses to Daniel Dubois in a game of... What's that boxing game called? That ESBC fucking boxing game that hasn't come out in about 10 years. That's about the only time AJ ever loses to Daniel Dubois in a game like that. Fight night champion. You fucking sit there and make a custom AJ, make a custom Dubois and put them together. It is what it is. Sonny Singh's here. Good evening. David Diamante's in the ring. How is David Diamante still standing? Thought he broke his spine in 4 different places. How the fuck is he standing? Here we go. We've got the national anthems being sung. This is taking ages. Oh, God, here we go. We've got some... I'm not going to say anything, actually, because I'm going to get murdered if I say it. It is what it is. 46 people in the chat. I'm surprised. We started at 1. Please hit the like button. I'm just chilling here. I'm off duty. It is what it is. I'm just sitting here having a small plate of chicken and rice. And we're just going to watch the boxing. I've got Katie Taylor by unanimous decision. Black and White Truth says, I would drink Layla Ali's bathwater. She is unbelievable looking at her age. I'm just going to be honest with you. I'm not a simp, yeah? Straight up, I'm not a simp. The only woman I mess with is my woman, but sometimes you have to respect when a woman ages really well. And this woman has aged unbelievably. This ain't even, look. Because obviously some of these photos are from a bit, but this woman has aged just like, Jesus Christ. This woman's on a different planet. This woman's on a different planet. John Burns says AJ versus Tom Little is a 50-50. Okay, that I'll give it to you. Your Dad Terrier says Taylor is the underdog. Oh my gosh, there's one woman in the crowd. Jesus. Taylor is the underdog. She is for the first time in her career. I think it'll bring out the best in her, actually. I think it will bring out the best in her. Let's have a look. DAZN doing a watch party with Ade. Did they need to sit him? Did they need to fly him to sit NYC in a room watching a screen? No comment on DAZN. No comment on any DAZN personnel. Simple as that. No comment on DAZN. No comment on DAZN personnel. All I'll say is at the minute, right, the numbers are starting to go up a little bit, and I don't know why, because I'm just having a laugh, really, but it is what it is. 70 people in the chat. Wow. Fair play. Crazy D3 says, Ultra, are you eating M&S muesli? No, I'm eating chicken and rice. Some fucking plank in the comment section, not too far from here, tried to hit me up with the Ultra, why are you pretending you could afford Waitrose? Blah, blah, blah. You can't afford it. Like, this motherfucker knows my bank balance. So I hit him up with the, okay, so what do you do for a living then? Since you know what's in my bank balance, what do you do for a living? I'm still waiting. It's been about 6 hours. Probably wipes old people's asses for a living. It's always the same, isn't it? Old people's home, wiping bottoms. And he's talking about Waitrose and M&S, talking about my bank balance. Absolute fucking clown, man. Absolute fucking clown. Andre the Giant's here. Let's hope Hearn loses 1 million. Probably the most ruthless South African man on the internet right now, Andre the Giant. Absolutely and utterly ruthless. Let's have a look here. Hold on 1 second. Someone said a really interesting question, and I'm just trying to find it. Somebody asked me a question about who I would have on my ultimate panel. I can't remember who it was. Nobody from DAZN would be on it. I could have sworn somebody. Here we go. Snazzy TV. Ultra, if you could pick a YouTube boxing panel to do DAZN punditry, who would you pick? Nobody currently on YouTube. Very simple. Very simple. Ultra, if you could pick a YouTube boxing panel to do DAZN punditry, who would you pick? Yeah, nobody currently on YouTube. Simple as that. No one that's currently on YouTube, man. Oh, dude. Let's have a look here. Oh, dude. Lowe's is pricey. Aldi does the trick. Will be food bank soon. There you go. Obviously a Labour photo. I love the food banks. Samuel Harrison, yes, we know the 1 million bet is off. I've got some news for you. It wasn't even on in the first place. The whole thing was probably fake. That fake 1 million bet. 1 million bets off. 1 million bet never began. It's fucking fake. Like these two cars have bet $1 million on Katie Taylor versus Serrano. Who the fuck bets $1 million on a 50-50 fight like that? Not even Floyd Mayweather Jr. be putting them kind of bets in, man. Allow it. Sonny Singh hating on M&S own brand crisps. Jesus Christ. Never tasted them. Black and White Truth says Serrano is going to get the disputed decision tonight instead of Taylor and then an outdoor rematch at Croke Park. I'm not sure about that. Bump of K says typical Yank going over the top with their anthem. I mean, I don't understand. And this is just like fucking, this is pure cringe, you know? Like, this is fucking pure cringe. I don't know why we need national anthems for this fight. But it is what it is. Like I said before, they're just logging it out. They're logging it out as long as they possibly can. And I have no idea why. What do you guys think about this wait? What do you guys think about it? I just think it's absolutely unacceptable. Absolutely unacceptable to be waiting this long. And this woman's still singing. Jesus Christ almighty. What's she singing about? But what is she singing about, though? Jesus. By the size of them cheeks, it looks like she's singing about the Pizza Hut fucking lunchtime special. Eat as much as you like for $5.99. Oh, finally, Amanda Serrano is deciding to come to the ring with Jake Paul. A lot of pressure on Amanda Serrano tonight. We'll see how she deals with it. She's the favourite to win the fight. She's got Jake Paul blowing smoke up her ass. She's tweeting on Twitter about how she's a millionaire. Have you seen those tweets from Amanda Serrano? Keeps telling everybody she's a fucking millionaire. Let me ask a question to Amanda Serrano. How are you a millionaire with no phone and no boyfriend, but you tweeting on Twitter from your iPhone all the time? Tweeting about how you're a millionaire, but you got no phone, no boyfriend. It is what it is. Jake Paul looking like a fucking clown as per usual. Listen, all this Jake Paul stuff's ridiculous. Can you imagine what would happen if this man did a wee test? Trust me. Jake Paul's urine would look like the fucking ooze from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I can't believe nobody's kind of clocked on to what's going on with these fighters. Jesus Christ. Man does a piss test, it looks like the fucking ooze from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Clown show. Absolute clown show, those fights. $14.99. Thank you, Seb, for the $14.99 super chat. Great interview with Mickey Elliott. How much in a super chat to get you to replay the upside down way up with Anthony Joshua? Oh, maybe tomorrow. Maybe tomorrow we'll do that. $24.99 for a bumper club, dude. Yeah. You know what? Listen, if Katie Taylor gets knocked out, we'll do a bumper Clyde. It is what it is. Katie Taylor's story is so sick when you deep it the fact she was doing men in, pretending she was a male to scrapping the amateurs. Really? Fair play. Fair play to Katie Taylor. God, this fight is still going. Oh my God, this woman's now coming out to the ring. Lord Jesus Christ. Dirty players, £30 for you to play the video of Joe Fournier calling out Callum Smith. Joe Fournier is one of the greatest of all time, you know. Joe Smith is one of the great. Joe Fournier is one of the greatest of all time, but he got ran off Twitter by a bunch of morons who couldn't fucking box a lick. Imagine a bunch of idiots who can't box telling Joe Fournier about boxing. Joe Fournier was ranked top 10 in the WBA as well. John Burns says, oh God, I'm not going to read that out. If you're joining, oh, finally, right. Amanda Serrano is finally coming to the ring. So we finally got Amanda Serrano coming to the ring. The numbers are fluctuating because what's happening is people are hitting the stream and people are hoping, because people are quite thick, right? They're thinking that I'm actually going to show this fight live, even though it says nothing about showing it live. So they're quite thick. So they're going to keep hitting the channel on YouTube in the hope, yeah, that somehow they're going to see the zone pop up on the screen. Do you know what I mean? If you ever want to know, like, you know what I mean? If you ever want to know why 97% of the world's population are controlled by 3%, honestly, start a YouTube channel. Start a YouTube channel. I'm almost waiting for the what times to fight on comment. The traditional what times to fight on comment. Right, here comes Katie Taylor. Excuse me, here comes Amanda Serrano to the ring. It is what it is. I'm not even playing no... I haven't even got the sound on in the background. You know, should I get it on? Let me get the sound on just for the jokes. Crazy D3, Bellew begging for the Jake Paul payday. Yeah, he's a clown. Tony Bellew, what's he saying? Tony Bellew's going about... what's Bellew talking about? Remember what I did to your coach? Yeah, I remember what you did to BJ Flores. You fucking nearly knocked his balls off in the middle of the ring. Tony Bellew was losing that fight until he low blowed. He low blowed. It was one of the most disgusting low blows I've ever seen. He low blowed BJ Flores. The referee did nothing. Typical British referee did nothing about it, and then he went on and got the stoppage. It was a dreadful fight. Absolutely dreadful fight. Let me get the sound on. You guys are saying Serrano's got massive support. Let me. I've got it on now. Yeah, she has got massive support. Wow. Bellew, you turned off the comments for that post. Exactly. Let me turn the sound down. Gee, the shit on the thing on the zone commentary. Amanda Serrano doesn't drink, doesn't date, and doesn't party. All right. She might not date, but somebody somewhere, you know. It is what it is. Right, here comes Katie Taylor to the ring. Eddie Hearn's in the background with his bow tie. Let me tell you, shout out to Eddie Hearn because he's lost a lot of weight, isn't he, Eddie Hearn? He's lost a hell of a lot of weight. All right, the numbers are going down, which is good. Hopefully people have got into their heads that we're not showing the fight live. We're just chatting about it. But I think everybody will come back if Taylor gets not sparked out, which ain't going to happen tonight. What are you guys thinking about the walkouts? Taylor looks absolutely insane. Have you seen her eyes? She looks mad. Yeah, Samuel Harrison, do you think she looks nervous? She looks out of it in her eyes, but doesn't mean anything. Probably just focused. I've still got Katie Taylor to win this fight, unanimous decision. Hearn says he's been dieting and training. No, okay. Cool story. Jarrell Miller, the walking pharmacy. All right, we've got the Miracle Man, David Diamante in the ring, introducing Katie Taylor. 1 second. Can I ask you a question? Is that a real crowd? Have you noticed something very funny about this crowd? Do you think they're piping in the sound? Do you think somehow they're piping in the sound? Does anybody think they're piping in the sound of the crowd? Because that sounds bizarre. Did you see that? The crowd were fucking screaming for Amanda Serrano, right? So you think the crowd were pro Serrano. Katie Taylor comes out, the crowd made exactly the same noise, and then all of a sudden, the sound quietened down now that they're playing the VT in the stadium. That's strange. It's almost like they piped in the sound there. Either that or the fan base is completely neutral. Does that make sense? If Amanda Serrano got that many cheers from the crowd, you'd expect Katie Taylor to get the opposite, wouldn't you? Because they're Serrano fans, but evidently not, no? Or maybe just a large contingent of both. Samuel Harrison says it's not a usual boxing crowd by the looks of it. Yeah, that's because they've been comping tickets. Because they've been comping tickets. Right. Here comes Katie Taylor. Probably one of the worst walkouts I've ever seen. Andre the Giant says Ultra is a scam. They showed a few days ago $30 ringside seats. And as usual, all over selling a fight. Think a lot of free comps. It stinks of free comps, doesn't it? The crowd's not partisan at all, is it? The crowd is not partisan at all. The fact that the crowd are cheering for both people tells me there's something not right there. But that's my opinion. We'll see. What is Katie Taylor doing? Bumper cases, this fight is going to be shit. These walkouts are the worst walkouts of all time. Why is Katie Taylor trying to make a 30-second walkout take half an hour? I mean, she's taken the smallest steps I've ever fucking seen in my life. Katie Taylor right now. Katie Taylor trying to make a fucking 20-second walkout take 10 minutes. Could she walk any slower to the ring? She's even stopped there in the... That crowd noise is rather unbelievable, don't you think? No, it's legit. It's legit. It's legit. It's legit. Samuel Harrison says people walk to the electric chair faster. It's just ridiculous. Joe Wall, this is like a slow walk to the gallows. I mean, she's literally stopping in the entranceway. Just get on with it. Look, this is so embarrassing. Look, can you see how short the walkout is? You can see the walk to the ring, yeah? That would take an average normal person would walk that in 30 seconds. Katie Taylor's done her absolute best there to do that. If you're going to do that, just set up the walkout properly. Get her to walk around the stadium in a square or something. Do you know what I mean? You know, like how they do at Wembley Stadium. That's why the walkouts at Wembley are so long, because they have them do the long route around. They have them walk the long way around the stadium to the ring. Have Katie Taylor walk the long way around instead of having a walk at a snail's pace. It's embarrassing. There you go. Even in his own commentary saying this is one of the slower ring walks. Jesus. If it gets any slower, it's going to be Amanda Serrano's birthday. She still isn't. She still ain't even a third of the way, 2/3 of the way there yet. Apparently, the zone commentary is saying that the slow walkout's making it more special for the crowd. Fucking painful. This fight better be good, you know, because if it's not, we're going to take the piss out of this fight, you know. Clown. Bump of K says Michael Spinks moved quicker to the ring versus Iron Mike. It's disgusting. That's the worst ring walk I've ever seen. Hands down. That was worse than Dillian White howling at the fucking moon last week. I mean, what on earth are they doing? What are they doing? Right, let's see. She's in the ring finally. Jesus Christ. So, no joke, yeah? I came on as Liam Beefy Smith won his fight, yeah? It's half an hour. This fight still hasn't started yet. Half an hour. Oh, God, what? I can't read that out, Water Boy. Right, let's see. I promise I'll stop eating before the main event. I promise. I'm nearly done. Fucking hell. Right, so what have we done? We've done the national anthems. We've now got David Diamante doing the introductions. Are we finally going to get some form of actual boxing here? Or not? Thomas says Smith Vargas seems like it was last weekend. Took ages and shit, man. Right, I'm done eating. I'm done. Right, I'm done. So, right. All right, we're getting ready now for the main event. We've got Amanda Serrano in the ring. One more time. My prediction is Katie Taylor, unanimous decision. Right, now we're getting told who the judges are. Okay. That Guido Cavalieri, is he a good judge? He rings a bell. Obviously, we know who Glenn Feldman is. Notorious One says, this reminds me of when Canelo fell asleep prior to the Kovalev fight. Oh, my God. It's dreadful. Right. Right, finally we're going to get a fight. Here we go. David Diamante, very animated for a man who just had life-saving spinal surgery. I mean, the way he's moving them hips and turning his back. Never seen a recovery like it from the man himself. Jesus Christ, Diamante, he's an absolute disgrace, and we'll talk about that another time. I got sent an email about that clown the other day. Oh my gosh, guess what? The fight's still not on. Now they're doing their fucking introductions. I forgot. Right, they're introducing Amanda Serrano. Let's have a look. Fuck, 35 minutes, and these women still ain't fighting, you know. Oh, she's lost a fight in boxing, Serrano. 42-1, 30 KOs. Let me tell you about women's boxing. These 2-minute rounds, I don't think people understand how much of a difference it is. I mean, you had Ebony Bridges the other week fighting like Julio Cesar Chavez in his prime. 2-minute rounds completely different, you know. Got Ebony Bridges out here looking like a prime Gennady Golovkin for work rate. Oh my gosh, Toby Plays about to list every opponent, amateur and pro, in his introduction. Oh my gosh. Talk about dragging this shit out. I'm convinced they're piping the sound in. What do you guys think about that crowd noise? It sounds really artificial. Could be wrong. No, maybe I'm wrong. I keep thinking, it keeps sounding to me like they're piping it in. Do you remember when Goldberg used to come out in WCW? He used to go, Goldberg. That was all piped in, you know. They used to pipe those chants into the arena. There wasn't a crowd. It wasn't 50,000 people singing Goldberg. But it just that sounds so artificial. And it's the exact same for Katie Taylor. That the cheers for Katie Taylor are the exact same cheers for the ones for Amanda Serrano. Jesus fucking Christ. There needs to be an investigation into that, you know. Sound is proper artificial. If you ever disrespect Goldberg again, you're going to get banned. He's one of the greatest of all time. I'm not even joking. And he's a draw as well. He drew money as well. Oh my God. 37 minutes in, we still don't have a fight. You know what it is about Katie Taylor? I still think Katie Taylor's good looking, you know. That's my opinion. I think she's a good looking girl. If I had to pick between dating Serrano and dating Taylor, date Taylor easily. It's just her neck is massive. Have you seen Katie Taylor's neck? It's just unnatural. Like her neck's nearly the same size as her waist. Her neck is just absolutely. Look at her neck. It's unbelievable. Her neck's nearly as thick as her waist. Her neck's nearly as wide as her head. And people saying she's going to get knocked out. She must have one of the biggest necks in all of boxing, male or female. Notorious One says Serrano's dad would kill you. How's he going to find out? She ain't got a phone. How's Serrano's dad going to find out? She ain't got a phone. She can't call no one. All right, here we go. All right, here we go. Finally, right? Jesus fucking Christ almighty. Right, Taylor versus Serrano. Sorry, let me get some decent graphics up. Serrano looks like she's feeling it a bit. All right, let's have a go. Okay. Katie Taylor took the center of the ring straight away, which sucks for Serrano. The size of the ring is massive. I'm not even joking. Have you seen the size of the ring? You could do both Valdez and Stevenson, yeah, and Taylor versus Serrano in this ring. Straight away, yeah, Serrano's not taking the center and backing her out of there. So straight away, Katie Taylor, it's a good start for Katie Taylor because she's not being backed up against the ropes. And Serrano's not even able to close distance. And the key for Katie Taylor is not to fall into the shots. You know Katie Taylor likes to fall in face first. You know what she's about. You know Katie Taylor has a very, very bad habit of falling over head first into shots. She's got to pick her shots. And you know what? She's got to pick ones and twos. And she's doing that quite well. Katie Taylor there through a good check hook there. You see, that left hook is the key shot, you see. But Serrano's beginning to cut her off. But it was a good check left hook from Katie Taylor. And whenever Katie Taylor gets cornered, you know what she's going to do? She's going to throw that check left hook and spin off. So we'll have to wait and see what happens. But Serrano's beginning to cut her off and back her up to the ropes. It was a good check left hook from Katie Taylor, though. Katie Taylor trying to fire that straight right. One thing I've noticed about Katie Taylor, yeah, is so far as well, she's not throwing twos and threes. She's just throwing 1, 2, 1, 2. And she's limiting the shots. She's doing very well, actually. Good straight right hand there from Katie Taylor. I'm not sure that was the chest or the thing, but I've seen Katie Taylor land a couple of check left hooks. The left hook over Amanda Serrano's jab is the shot to watch. Amanda Serrano hasn't made any dent in Katie Taylor. You can see the foot speed is slow and the hand speed slow. 10 seconds to go. This is a Katie Taylor round for me. This is why I went for Katie Taylor by wide decision, because you can see this coming a mile off. Katie Taylor with an excellent jab, walks Serrano onto a jab and circles. Serrano's feet are so slow; she doesn't have the feet to. This is a clown show. And I knew this was going to happen as well. I knew it was going to happen. That's why I made sure to get the prediction out, because I knew what was coming in this fight. People acting like it's a 50-50 fight. Just knew what was coming, man. A lot of people don't know the difference between a 2-minute round and a 3-minute round. That first round was clearly a Katie Taylor round. Amanda Serrano has got slow feet. It's a big ring. She's got slow feet. She's going to have to work really, really hard to close Katie Taylor down. But Amanda Serrano doesn't know how to do the basics, like bring her fucking hands back to her chin, because she's been knocking over tomato cans in her last couple of fights, and I've seen it. Or she's been knocking over overmatched opponents. She's been walking down opponents, yeah, and just throwing bombs, and not putting her hands back to her chin. Now she's dealing with Katie Taylor, who... Katie Taylor has a lot of flaws in her style, but Katie Taylor has excellent in and out movement. That's one thing that you can't fool Katie Taylor for. She's got excellent in and out movement, which is something that you need in amateur boxing. So Katie Taylor's able to just step in, land a shot. You see Katie Taylor, and she's landing the singles, Katie Taylor. She's throwing a jab, and she's throwing a single right hand. Katie Taylor isn't falling in and throwing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 like she used to. She's leaning in, right hand. But you see the foot speed, difference in foot speed is, and the difference in footwork and foot speed is hilarious in this fight. So let's see. Katie Taylor at the minute is actually moving into the left hand to set up her own right hand. There you go. And she lands a clean right hand on Amanda Serrano. So that's interesting, because not a lot of that's not the way. That's not the conventional way to go. Up on the inside, Katie Taylor looks the stronger. I have to say, they're clinching on the inside there. Katie Taylor looks like the stronger out of the two. We'll have to wait and see. But the first round definitely for Taylor. And Amanda Serrano's going to have to land something big here. Katie Taylor sticking behind a single jab. Serrano can't catch her. She can't work her way into range. Taylor's doing a very, very good job. There you go. Serrano, again, nailed there with a straight right. Another straight right from Taylor. Another straight right. And then Serrano threw an overhand left and was just... Katie Taylor was gone for dust. And you can see here the foot speed. The foot speed is what's doing Serrano here. By the time she's getting set to throw punches, Katie Taylor's long gone. Katie Taylor is long gone. Serrano threw a couple of decent right hands there. She had Katie Taylor on the ropes, but I'm not sure if they landed. But the problem is she's not cutting Taylor off. Hold on. Something's happening here. I think Serrano's starting to... Let's just have a look here. Let's have a look. Serrano's starting to quicken her feet up a little bit here. I've got 35 seconds to go in round 2, so I might be a bit behind. Just trying to see here. Good jab there from Katie Taylor. And again, it's Serrano pushing forward on the front foot, and it's Taylor just throwing singles and then circling off. And that's all it is. But you know, Serrano's started to adjust now. Serrano's starting to throw right hands to the body on Taylor. And that was a good straight right from Serrano at the end of that round. That was a very... straight left hand from Serrano. That was a very, very good straight left hand right on the button of Serrano. I have to say one thing about this fight. It does look like when Serrano lands, you can feel it. I have to say. My DAZN is slightly behind. I'm sorry about that. I'll see if I can speed it up. Not that I care much, but it is what it is. 2-0 Taylor. You know, that was a close round, you know, because I think Serrano, towards the end of that round, I thought Serrano started to put it on. So Serrano's starting to quicken the feet up a little bit more now. Serrano's starting to take more risks, quicken the feet up a little bit more. Starting to throw that left hand to the body as well. And that's the shot she's trying to throw. What's that? Straight left hand to the body of Katie Taylor. Obviously trying to take some air out of the tank there. Katie Taylor at the minute she's using the superior footwork. Do you know what I mean? She's much better moving laterally. She's got the much quicker feet. She's got the much faster hands. Simple as that. So Katie Taylor's obviously often beating her to the punch and then circling off laterally. Throws a single jab, circles off laterally. She's fighting a disciplined fight because in her previous fights, she's known for falling over the front foot, falling into the centre behind lots of combinations. I think it's 2-0 to Katie Taylor, but it could very easily be 1-1. Well, I think it's 2-0 to Katie Taylor. But this is interesting because Serrano started to have success late on in that second round, particularly with shots to the body. 1 minute 40 to go in round 3. Just trying to see here. You can see Amanda Serrano trying to cut Katie Taylor off and walk her into that straight left hand. But at the minute, like I said before, Serrano's having a problem because she can't get set. The thing about punchers is punchers like to get set. You know, punchers love to get set. They love their feet to get set. So one of the key elements when you deal with a big puncher is to keep him turning, keep him moving. And that's what Katie Taylor's doing. Katie Taylor's keeping Serrano moving and keeping her turning. So Serrano can't get set to punch, you see. And that's why she's having problems. And that's why you're seeing sequences where Serrano's throwing big shots and she's missing wildly. Katie Taylor's gone. That was a great check hook from Katie Taylor. Katie Taylor stood and fought there. Serrano threw the left hand. Katie Taylor came back with a counter left. And Katie Taylor's standing and having it with her a bit there. I mean, if you look at these 2-minute rounds, we've already got now 50 seconds left in round 3. This fight is going to go very quickly. Straight right hand down the middle from Katie Taylor. Another straight right hand down the middle from Katie Taylor. Again, these aren't hurting Serrano, but these are just shots that she's clearly landing. Another straight right hand there from Serrano. Serrano's not moving her head on the way in at all. She's got no head movement. She doesn't bring her hands back to the chin. So it is what it is. Katie Taylor, much the stronger out of the two in the clinches. Simple as that. If you guys think I'm calling the fight wrong, let me know. Straight right hook there from Katie Taylor. Right hook to the body from Katie Taylor on the back foot there. And it's more of the same. Serrano's trying to close Katie Taylor down. But at the minute, there's a problem with the foot speed. She can't get set to punch. Her feet aren't quick enough to catch Katie Taylor. The minute she sets her feet, Katie Taylor checks, counters, and is on the move. But I tell you what, Katie Taylor's beginning to blow. And that was a good right hook there from Amanda Serrano. Katie Taylor threw her first combination. Katie Taylor doubled up on the right hand and nailed her twice. That's a clear Katie Taylor round. I will say, though, Katie Taylor's blowing quite a lot. She's blowing a lot. But Katie Taylor, at the end of that round, doubled up on that right hand there. That was the first time she got a little bit more undisciplined there. Instead of going for just the 1-2, she went for the 1-2-3-4. Doubled up on that right hand. But I've got it 3-0 to Katie Taylor. How have you got it? There you go. Ross Enema. This is why Ultra Tech Sports is Ultra Tech Sports. Ross Enema telling you what I told you even in the prediction. That's why I made sure to put the prediction fight. Ross Enema's told Katie Taylor when she gets close, throw the left hook and spin off. So I said that in the prediction. That's what was going to happen. That's her go-to shot every single time. That's Katie Taylor's go-to shot is that check hook and spin off. Ross Enema's told her in the corner when she gets close, throw the left hook, spin off. She hasn't really used it that much in this fight. How have you guys got the score? It's round 4's just started. I've got it 3-0 to Katie Taylor. But I'll tell you one thing. Taylor's mouth is open. Tell you that now. Mannix has it 2 on Serrano. Okay. No problem. Is that same Chris Mannix who had Billy Joe Saunders beating and Katie Taylor lands a straight right hand, but she's staying in the pocket too long. Katie Taylor's beginning to stay in the pocket a little bit too long in that sequence. Serrano had her in the corner. Katie Taylor landed the right hand, but she didn't move her feet off. She stayed in there and stayed in the kill zone. Oh, that was a big left hand there from Amanda Serrano. And a good left hook. Oh, my God. That was a left hook counter from Serrano. Katie Taylor is... I'm just trying to see here. I think she's beginning to slow here, you know. My gosh, that was a left hook. That was a good shot there. Katie Taylor's mouth is wide open. Do you know that? Oh, good left hand down the middle from Amanda Serrano. Another good right hand down the middle from Amanda Serrano. We'll see what's going on there. This is where Katie Taylor needs to start picking the shots. She looks gassed. Straight left hand down the middle from Amanda Serrano. Good combination from Katie Taylor. Right hand, left hook, right hand from Katie Taylor. Another right hand from Taylor. But I tell you what, she's losing her shape there. She threw a left hook and she's losing her shape. Oh, that was a ruthless left hand to the body from Amanda Serrano. Another left hook to the head from Serrano. Left hook to the right hook to the head. Right hook to the body from Serrano. Left to the body from Serrano. Oh, my Lord. Jesus Christ. Jab from Serrano. You can see Taylor's legs are going. And Taylor's now stuck in the kill zone. She can't get out of the kill zone. You see, she's having difficulty adjusting the distance now. Oh, the feet look wrong. This is where 2-minute rounds is going to save her, you know, because if it was 3-minute rounds, she looks absolutely gone there. Their legs are gone. That's a big round for Amanda Serrano. I've got it 3-1. It's a big round for Amanda Serrano. Big round for Amanda Serrano. Katie Taylor's legs absolutely failed her. She wasn't able to use the footwork then. You see, right at the beginning of the round, she threw... Serrano backed her up onto the ropes, and Katie Taylor threw the right hand, landed a great right hand, but she didn't have the legs to carry herself out of the corner. She was stuck in the kill zone. And now Serrano's starting to catch her in the middle of the punching. But I tell you one thing about Serrano, yeah? Serrano's doing a very, very good job of throwing that right hand, left hand to the body and varying it. And I will say one thing about Amanda Serrano, right? This is the difference between having a pro style and an amateur style. This is why, in my opinion, even though I picked Katie Taylor to win the fight tonight, I've always said over 3-minute rounds, Katie Taylor would get stopped in fights because that whole amateur style she's got doesn't work. It won't work in 3-minute fights. You can see that tonight. Exactly, Samuel Harrison. 3 times 12 would have been very bad. There's no way she can fight at that pace or at that style for a 12-rounder. There's no way. You can see Amanda Serrano is much more economical. Not as talented, but much more economical. She varies the punches to head and body. And that's the difference. Right. 1 minute 55 in round 5. I've got it 3-1 to Katie Taylor. Possibly 2-2. But Katie Taylor's legs are going. Oh my gosh, Serrano timed her there with a left hook that looked to catch her clean there. Katie Taylor can't get out of the corner. She's trying to fight her way out of the corner. This is. But Katie Taylor's actually getting the better of it against the back ropes of Serrano. Oh, good uppercut from Serrano. Good left uppercut. Good left uppercut again from Serrano. Left hook from Taylor. Taylor's having it out with. This is unbelievable. Wow. Taylor can't get out of the corner. Wow. Legs have gone. Oh my God. Serrano just bullying her on the inside with left uppercuts to head and body. Oh, that's a good left hook there from Katie Taylor. That was an excellent left hook from Katie Taylor. Serrano with a straight left hand down the middle. Left hook uppercut from Taylor. Gee, this doesn't look like it's going to go the distance right now. Oh, Katie Taylor's taking massive punishment. Oh my God. She's going to get stopped. Oh my God. Taylor's all over the place. This one's over, surely. Katie Taylor's getting absolutely destroyed in there. Oh my, she's trying to hold on. And you see when she's falling in, she doesn't know how to clinch. And the only thing she knew how to do was fall in chin first. It looks like Shevon's going to be right. There's no way Katie Taylor's going to see this fight out. She's just getting absolutely battered. Sorry about that. I'm actually shocked in what I'm seeing here. Katie Taylor's barely on her feet. Serrano's letting everything go. But the variation from head to body from Serrano is outstanding. Serrano doubled up on the left hook to the head, body, and then came across with a right hook. And she can punch with either hand. But Katie Taylor's got the heart of a warrior. But they're going to pull her out at some point because there's no way she can continue to take punishment like that. Jesus Christ almighty. Serrano, with a massive right hook around the corner. If you look at Katie Taylor's face, she's all over the place. Just destroyed. She got destroyed in that round. Big round. I tell you, Katie Taylor got fucking destroyed in that round. Sorry, I'm actually shocked at what I'm seeing, but her legs have gone. I'm just listening to Ross Enema in the corner. He's telling her, don't stand in front of her. I mean, when Katie Taylor had them legs in the first 2 rounds, the fight looked one-way traffic. That's what I don't understand. Like, you've seen Katie Taylor fight at a high pace in 2-minute rounds before, right? But in straight out of round 2, she was never the same again. She won the first 2 rounds clearly for me. She won. She was winning after round 3 quite clearly for me. But I tell you one thing I've noticed. I'll tell you one thing. Katie Taylor, as an amateur style of boxing, she doesn't attack the body or vary the shots the same way Serrano does. Serrano is a true women's pro boxer and a big puncher. And you see Serrano, when she had Taylor hurt, you see she was doubling up uppercut to head and body. She's a different breed of fighter, Amanda Serrano. Amanda Serrano is a real pro fighter. Katie Taylor is an excellent amateur, and that's the difference. Serrano now is going for the kill now. We're in round 6. Taylor can't get out of the corner, and she's trying to fight 5 with 5, but that was a good duck from Taylor, the first bit of head movement there. Taylor just rolling underneath you. It looked like a left hook, I think, from Amanda Serrano, and Taylor rolling underneath it and escaping. Good left hook from Katie Taylor. She's got to use them feet. If she doesn't use them feet, she's going to get stopped. Amanda Serrano doubles up on that right hook. Right hook, left hand from Serrano. Left hand just misses. Taylor's legs are gone. Taylor's legs are absolutely gone. Good right hand from Katie Taylor. But it's really only a matter of time. If Serrano needs to start going back to the body, Taylor's really unsteady on her feet. But Serrano's going to catch her in the middle of the punching, I reckon. And that's how this is going to end. But see, look at Serrano. It's just very economical with the work. Katie Taylor's actually landed more clean punches in this round, though. But you know it's only a matter of time. There's a lovely left hook to the body from Amanda Serrano there on the ropes. Katie Taylor's hanging in there. She's actually landed more clean punches than Serrano in this one, but her legs are gone there. And you see Katie Taylor beginning to fall into the shots. Good left hook from Katie Taylor up close. She's a warrior. She's fighting it. She's fighting fire with fire. Good jab there from Amanda Serrano, who's walking her down. Oh, Amanda Serrano caught her clean there with a right hook. Clean. Katie Taylor caught in the middle of the punching. She's trying to use some head movement. It's a bit late for that now, Katie Taylor, because you're taking all that punishment. Serrano then turned southpaw and threw the right hand and hit Katie Taylor with the right hand. Serrano actually then turned... oh, Serrano changed stance there. This is a close round, you know. This is a close round. Left hand, right hook from Serrano. Just seeing. There's Katie Taylor there landing some good little, good left hooks. Good left hook, right hand from Taylor. Oh, big left hand straight down the middle from Serrano. They're trading. Katie Taylor's fighting fire with fire. I would have given that round to Katie Taylor to be honest. I thought Katie Taylor did enough in that round. What do you guys think? Great fight. Andre the Giant says Taylor has more balls than Joshua. She's a legend. She's going out fighting, you know. Absolute legend. How have you got it? How did you have that round? I thought Katie Taylor did enough to nick that, actually. Amanda Serrano gave up on the body work. If Amanda Serrano starts body first, she'll end this fight. But I thought Katie Taylor there was clearly out on her feet. But for me, like I said, she landed more clean shots in that fight. You guys don't think so? I thought Katie Taylor landed the cleaner shots. Doubled up on that left hook, landed some good left hooks and landed some good straight rights down the middle. I personally thought Katie Taylor did just about enough in that round. And I'm no Katie Taylor fan, but we'll see. But listen, Amanda Serrano is on top in this fight. Simple and plain. You guys don't think so? Okay, that's fine. Okay, everybody else is giving that to Serrano. Okay, my bad. That's fine. I'm happy to be wrong. I thought Taylor actually landed more punches in that round. Seriously. Let's have a look at Tony Bellew's scorecard. Round 7 out of 10. See? 7 out of 10. These fights go quickly. I think Tony Bellew's giving it 4-2 to Taylor. He's nuts. Can Katie Taylor get her feet back? I'm just looking now. Round 7. Serrano's now beginning to slow down. Katie Taylor's beginning to... The pace has slowed down, so Katie Taylor's able to use her feet. Now, Katie Taylor's now beginning to use a little bit of head movement. Now, where was that head movement in the first 2 rounds? Katie Taylor's now trying to slip shots. Straight right hand down the middle. Another straight right hand down the middle from Katie Taylor. So first 2 clean shots of the round there from Katie Taylor there. Serrano's feet are slowed. Listen, if Serrano's feet slows, it's all day for Katie Taylor. Simple as that. If Serrano's feet slow, then this fight's only going one way. No, that was a lovely little right hand left hook there from Katie Taylor there. Serrano there reached in, fell short. Taylor right hand left hook. It's all Katie Taylor so far. Another left hand right hook from Taylor. Amanda Serrano needs to get stuck in and get into the body very, very quickly. It's almost like she's taking a round off. Good straight right, good straight left hand from Amanda Serrano. Another good straight right hand from Katie Taylor there. So as it stands now, Amanda Serrano is not able to close the distance now. This is looking a little bit like the first 2 rounds where Serrano just isn't able to close distance there. The foot speed's gone. Obviously, Serrano's probably gassed a little bit. So she's not able to close distance. She's not able to close distance. So Taylor's able to just drag her in and counter on the way in. Good counter right hand from Taylor. This is a clear Katie Taylor round so far because there's distance now between the two. Katie Taylor's got space and time to work with. And now she's got space and time. That was a lovely little left hook to the body there from Amanda Serrano. Serrano threw the right uppercut to the body. Katie Taylor applies with the right hand. That was a Katie Taylor round. That's what happens when you get 2 minutes rounds. That's what happens in 2 minute rounds, you see. 3 minute rounds, this fight, 3 minute rounds, we'd have had a knockdown. And a possible stoppage in this fight, you know. 2 minute rounds, it's completely different. Katie Taylor got right back into the fight there. Amanda Serrano failed to close the distance in that round. Her legs went in that round. Don't know if it's almost like Amanda Serrano took the round off. Not a lot of punch output. Couldn't close off the distance. Couldn't close off the ring. If the fight's going to be fought at that pace, then Katie Taylor's going to pick her off all day. All right? The only way Amanda Serrano's going to win this fight is if she walks Katie Taylor down, takes caution to the wind, and she's got to punch when Taylor punches. She's got to draw Taylor into a fight and punch when she punches. But like I said before, if she can't quicken up those feet, then Taylor's going to pick her off like you saw in that round. Every time she goes in Serrano, because Serrano, like I said before, there's not much of a jab from Amanda Serrano. What do you guys think about that? Amanda Serrano's not the biggest jabber from what I've seen. Those a lot of straight lead lefts and a lot of hooks. Do you know what I mean? She's not a lot of a jabber there. So that's my opinion. Not a lot of a jabber. Straight right hand to the body, left hook from Katie Taylor. Another left hook from Katie Taylor there. Like I said, Katie Taylor there, little bit clever with Amanda Serrano. She's rolling after she punches, you see. So Katie Taylor's throwing the left hook and then just changing levels and rolling underneath Serrano's shots. So she's getting 3 shots on Serrano. Good start to the round from Katie Taylor. Overhand right from Katie Taylor against the ropes. Taylor's legs have come back a little bit here. You know what? Amanda Serrano, and let me tell you the shot for Amanda Serrano. The left uppercut's there if she wants it, by the way. Tell you that right now. Katie Taylor's getting her legs back. Amanda Serrano's got to quicken them feet. Good uppercut to the body from Amanda Serrano. That left uppercut to the head's there for Serrano if she wants it. But she's really got to make sure that she closes this fight out. Because to be honest, I think she deserves to win the fight. But she's got to make sure she closes this fight out now. Excellent from Katie Taylor. Katie Taylor was trapped in the corner there by Amanda Serrano and beat her to the punch with a right hand over the top. Serrano's just giving up silly shots. She's giving up silly shots now. Serrano tried to double jab there. Katie Taylor was long gone. She's the difference in foot speed's massive. Difference in foot speed's massive. But Serrano tried to throw the jab there. Katie Taylor was long gone. Massive. Good left hook there from Katie Taylor. There you go. The check left hook and spin. That's Katie Taylor's patented move there. Serrano fell short with a shot. Check left hook and spin. Good right hand there from Amanda Serrano. Good left hook to the head from Katie Taylor. This is another Taylor round. Oh, that was a good straight left from Serrano. Serrano's going to lose this fight. Serrano's going to throw this fight away. Unbelievable. After nearly getting Katie Taylor out of there, this woman's is gonna throw this fight away. Katie Taylor with another straight right hand down the pipe. But it's like I said, the foot speed is this is how I thought the fight would be for the majority of it. To be honest, there's another clear Katie Taylor round. This is how I thought the fight would be, but I didn't expect Katie Taylor to get hurt so bad in their middle rounds. But this is how I thought the fight would actually be. Taylor just, the foot speed of Taylor is too much for Serrano, but she's got 2 rounds, 9 and 10. He's got to give it everything. Two more rounds to go. So I'm just listening to Amanda Serrano's corner. They're telling her she needs to go to the body hard. Let me see how bad left hook have got it. They've got... let's see how they got it. Bad left hook have got Taylor winning the fight by 4 rounds. As you can see here, they've got Katie Taylor up 78 to 74. Listen, she's a warrior, Katie Taylor, I have to say. She's a warrior. I have to say, I'm beginning to look like Nostradamus, aren't I, when I said the difference in this fight would be the difference between 2-minute rounds and 3-minute rounds. 3-minute rounds, Katie Taylor's hitting the canvas. Simple as that. Anyway, 1 minute 45-ish to go in round 9. Amanda Serrano's on the verge of losing this fight, in my opinion, and she's only really got herself to blame. The feet have completely slowed. No jab from Amanda Serrano. Walked herself into a check left hook from Katie Taylor. She's got to draw Katie Taylor into a fight now, and she's got to start cornering her. The feet have got to quicken up, or this fight's going to go. Simple as that. How do you guys have it? Just fighted. That's why I muted the mic. Good right hand from Katie Taylor. Oh, that was a good little... there you go. The check hook from Katie Taylor again. Right hand, check left hook from Katie Taylor. Spins off, throws a jab. Right hand from Katie Taylor. Amanda Serrano's going to lose this fight. Katie Taylor there made a hit for a share, and that was a beautiful straight right hand down the middle from Katie Taylor. The feet are completely back from Katie Taylor. Amanda Serrano... Oh, that was a big left hook there from Katie Taylor. There you go. Amanda Serrano walked herself straight in. She's falling short with all her punches. Amanda Serrano doesn't jab her way in, you see. She doesn't jab and double jab her way in, you see. She's throwing lead left hands in from distance, Serrano, and she's falling short and getting countered. And Amanda Serrano there threw a big left hook and it hit fresh air. Katie Taylor's starting to nail her all day with his check hook, on the inside, Katie Taylor's always finishing up on the left hook and spinning around. I'm telling you now, Katie Taylor's going to win this fight on the cards. I promise you. Double left hook there. Double right hand from Katie Taylor. Katie Taylor's going to win this fight. Simple as that. Unanimous decision. Left hook from Katie Taylor. She's hardly been hitting this round. Another straight right hand from Katie Taylor. Amanda Serrano. Oh, beautiful from Katie Taylor. Left hook, straight right hand. Oh my gosh. This one's done. Listen, I have to say, maybe Katie Taylor's the greatest of all time, because it looked like she was done, in that round. In them middle rounds, but it is what it is. She's going to win this fight. She's going to win this fight, unanimous decision. Amanda Serrano will be kicking herself, but this is why she asked for 3-minute rounds. 2-minute rounds is a completely different sport. That's my opinion. I think this fight's already done. I think Katie Taylor's going to win this fight on points. And it's a weird fight because the fight actually went exactly how I thought it would go, apart from those middle rounds. Amanda Serrano does not have the feet to keep up with Katie Taylor. Amanda Serrano does not have the hand speed to keep up with Katie Taylor. And it's as simple as that, really. And if you look at, apart from those middle rounds where she nearly got Katie Taylor out of there, she hasn't had a lot of success apart from them 2 or 3 rounds in the middle. Katie Taylor's been picking her off at will. And Katie Taylor's starting to make a hit fresh air as well. Serrano's totally blown this fight. She's absolutely blown this fight. It's going to be controversial in either way because Serrano's done a lot more damage to Taylor, but you have to squirt round by round. And Katie Taylor's picked her off coming in with the right hands. And you see there, look, Serrano's quickening her feet up. She's got to go for it now. I think she needs a knockout, but we'll have to wait and see what's going to happen here. Chris Mannix has Amanda Serrano up by 1 round. He's giving Katie Taylor the last 3. Good right hand there from Katie Taylor to start off. Just trying to see what Amanda Serrano's doing. If you look at Amanda Serrano, there's no jab from Amanda Serrano. She keeps leading off with left hands. She's not measuring, and it's very, very difficult to measure where you are in the ring and measure the opponent when you're not jabbing first. That's why a lot of people say that jab's the most important punch in boxing, because when you touch the jab, then you get information about where the opponent is. You can set the other shots up. Amanda Serrano's not really coming in behind a jab. She's not really been able to land the jab. Oh, they're going for it there. Don't think many clean punches are being landed. Katie Taylor's holding on. I'm giving this round to Amanda Serrano. I think she's doing a little bit better work on the inside. There you go. Amanda's been cut there because Katie Taylor's been coming in with the heads as per fucking usual. Good straight right hand down the pipe from Katie Taylor. There you go. Katie Taylor, Amanda Serrano has got to throw the uppercut because you see Katie Taylor falling in head first. Amanda Serrano's got to throw the uppercut because Taylor's falling in head first. The heads are atrocious. You can see Taylor going all in with the heads. Let me tell you something. Amanda Serrano's got to throw the uppercut. Her eye's all over the place. Her eye's bloody. Serrano's eye. That to me is from a head clash. She looks done. Oh, that was a great little left hand, right hook, left hand. Oh, sorry. That was a great right hand, left hook, right hand from Taylor. Oh my gosh, Taylor. Oh, Taylor took a big shot. She nearly, oh my gosh. Taylor took some big shots there. Ooh. Oh my gosh. Who would you give that last round? Katie Taylor nearly went down in that last round. What a fight. That was definitely worth staying up for. I'd give that last round to Amanda Serrano. Who would you give that last round to? I gave that last round to Serrano. Serrano actually nearly got the knockdown in that last round. Katie Taylor fell and her knee touched the canvas there, ever so slightly, I felt. What do you think? It looked like her knee sold the canvas. I think Katie Taylor's going to get the decision, but I thought Amanda Serrano won that last round. It was a great fight. I'm kind of disappointed. I don't know how you guys feel. Sorry, let me just take my headphones off. I'm a little bit disappointed about it, to be honest, because I picked Katie Taylor to win this fight. And I believe Katie Taylor's going to get the decision. But in a weird way, I thought Amanda Serrano did a lot more damage in that fight. But you have to squirt round by round, and it is what it is. Let's go for your comments. Andre Van Ruren says, Andre the Giant says, more entertaining than all of AJ's fights, who has no guts and no heart. Katie Taylor has shown she's got tremendous heart to come back from what she took in those middle rounds. I mean, it looked like she was out of there. Fantastic fight. Games You Love says rematch 3-minute rounds. 3-minute rounds, Katie Taylor gets stopped. Simple as that. I said before the beginning of the fight, I said in the prediction, I said the key to this fight is going to be the 2-minute rounds. I said Katie Taylor's going to win this fight on points, but everyone's going to be talking about the fact that it's 2-minute rounds, not 3. And that's the key. That's the whole key to the fight. 3-minute rounds, Katie Taylor ain't seen the final belt. Simple as that. Kasim says, genuinely, that was a great fight. Love a rematch. I think you'll probably see a rematch. Why not? Shevin says, Katie ain't spitting her mouthpiece out. If you look at that last round here, it looked to me like Taylor nearly hit the canvas in that last round. Just trying to see this exchange. It looked like Taylor nearly fell. Just trying to see here. Onion Bag says, you are right. 3-minute rounds would change everything in this fight. Yeah, 3-minute rounds, it would have been completely different. She would have took more of a sustained beating. She'd have taken more of a sustained beating in those rounds, and the referee would have linked towards stopping it. But she's going to get the decision because at the end of the day, foot speed is what lost Amanda Serrano in this fight. And that's what I felt from the beginning it was going to be with Amanda Serrano. She's got very, very, very slow feet, and she couldn't walk herself into range. And she wasn't able to establish the jab. If she was able to do something like establish a jab in this fight against Taylor, she'd get Taylor out of there. 3 minutes or 3 minute rounds or 2 minute rounds. If Amanda Serrano was able to pin Taylor down with a jab, double jab, and work shots off the jab, it'd be a completely different story. But unfortunately, for her, she wasn't able to establish a jab. So if you look at a lot of Amanda Serrano's attacks, she's starting off with the lead left hand. And the whole point of the jab being the best punch in boxing, I'm not saying it is, but the reason why people say the jab is the best punch in boxing, a lot of it's to do with distance. Jab lets you know where you are offensively and defensively. So you touch somebody with a jab, it lets you know how close am I to the opponent. It lets you dictate distance. It lets you know where you are. It's very, very important. It's like having a compass in the forest. That's what having a good jab in boxing is. It's like having a compass in the forest. And Amanda Serrano didn't have a good jab tonight. As a result, she threw a lot of long-range work. She was leading off with lead left hands, falling in short and getting popped, getting countered by Taylor, who's got the much quicker feet, the much quicker hands. Right, here comes the result. I'm going to load the comments. 1 second. Great fight, though. But I think Katie Taylor's got this. Let's have a look. I can't see the comments because I'm listening to the decision. Great fight, though. Fantastic fight. Right, so we've got a split. So Amanda Serrano got it 96-94. Taylor, yeah. 97-93 Taylor. Jeez, could we have a draw? That's Taylor. 96-93. It's got to be Taylor. Yeah, Katie Taylor did it. Yeah. Fair play to Katie Taylor. There you go. I thought that was the right decision. Let me go to the comments. There you go. Another prediction right from Ultra. 1 second. Let me mute that tab. I think that was the right decision, to be honest. Let me go there. Yeah. Let me just go to your comments. Sorry, I muted them so I couldn't see what was going on. Just give me a second there. Here we go. Okay. Right, there you go. Katie Taylor wins. It's another one prediction for Ultra. Ultra Tech bookies coming soon. Nah, like I said before. It is what it is. Let me just do it. Felix Mitchell, they robbed Serrano like Pierce soon. Nah, Katie Taylor won that fight. Did enough. Was what it was. Serrano was robbed. No, she wasn't robbed. She let the fight go in the late rounds. Let me just change this. Hold on. 1 second. Let me just change this thing. Sorry. Bear with me, yeah? Just bear with me, okay? I'm not really surprised because other than Katie Taylor being badly hurt, right? Oh shit! I spelled defeats wrong. 1 second. Other than the oh wait, what the fuck? Give me a sec. Sorry, StreamYard's playing up. 1 sec. With you, just give me 1 second. I'll get to all your comments in a sec. Sorry. Jesus Christ. How about that? Nightmare having it on StreamYard at the minute. Here we go. I don't want to change the start time at all. I'm not changing the start time. Oh, it's just fucking StreamYard's a piece of garbage. Okay, doesn't matter. All right, let's have a look. Sorry about that. Right, Crazy D3 says typical matchroom scorecard. No, I thought Katie Taylor did enough. Amanda Serrano let it go in those rounds. She hurt Katie Taylor and she let Katie Taylor off the hook. And it was what it was with Amanda Serrano there, unfortunately. Really, like I said before, 3 minute rounds, Amanda Serrano would have won this fight by stoppage. But like I said before, in my opinion, I was pretty confident in my pick for Katie Taylor to win this fight. I went for unanimous decision wide. It was a split decision. But I was pretty confident in the run-up to this fight. I think 2 minute rounds suit Katie Taylor. They give her just enough time to recover. We've seen Katie Taylor hurt in the ring before. Never like that before. But we've seen Katie Taylor hurt in the ring against Pierce soon. How did she get out of that fight? 2 minute rounds was the difference. And 2 minute rounds is going to be the difference in this fight. And like I said before, What we're going to now need to see in female boxing is we need to see 3-minute rounds now. We really do need to see 3-minute rounds. And it is what it is. Little King says, Ultra, you've gone mad. That was a robbery. No, I haven't. I think you're smoking slightly a little bit of crack. A lot of you guys think she was robbed. Don't think she was robbed at all. I suppose they're going to say that I'm British or something, so that I'm capping for Taylor or something. Not a robbery at all. Simple as that. Opperkin said, how much did Eddie slide you? No, honestly, I have to be honest with you. Katie Taylor, in my opinion, did enough to win that fight. Very, very confident she was going to get that decision. You could tell, if you pay attention to the judges' scores, you knew Taylor was going to get that. Do you see the 97-93? 97-93 is only going one way, and the 96 and whatever it was. Amanda Serrano let that fight slip, in my opinion. It was what it was. Let that fight slip. And slow foot speed cost her in that fight. Slow foot speed, doesn't know how to set shots up off a jab. Like I said before, I said in my prediction, I said that's what's probably going to cost her the fight. You know, she's slow, she's plodding, and it was what it was. And Katie Taylor's going to have the much quicker feet. And it was what it was. The ring was absolutely massive tonight. You could have had 2 main events in that fucking ring. So you've got Katie Taylor, in my opinion, had the faster hands, the faster feet. It was what it was. Big ring, 2-minute rounds. It was already set up for Katie Taylor to win that fight, to be honest. It was what it was. Thomas says, never a robbery. They're giving too much credit to Amanda's pressure, but she misses with most of her shots. Look, listen, there's only one person that ring was really hurt tonight, and that was Katie Taylor, in all honesty. Katie Taylor was the one that was hurt tonight in the ring. I think Serrano was more tired than anything. There's just gas tank. Her gas tank went. She put so much into them rounds, and that was it. But she didn't have anything else after that, you know? And that's what it was. I'm quite surprised about from Amanda Serrano, to be honest, because I'm quite surprised that 2-minute rounds that she gassed out like that. I was surprised she couldn't put together a couple more rounds in the way she did. If she did, the fight would have been over. I mean, if you look at the beginning of that round, I can't remember what round it was that Taylor was just getting battered. The round afterwards, Taylor was still half out on her feet. And Serrano just couldn't capitalize at all. Couldn't capitalize at all. Went headhunting too much after she hurt her. Well, the problem was the foot speed. She wasn't able to close distance after that. Her legs went. The round after she had that big round against Taylor, her legs completely went and she wasn't able to close distance. She walked herself. She spent the rest of the fight walking herself into check left hooks and right hands. And, you know, like I said before, Katie Taylor's signature punch is that check left hook, and that's what she'll do. She'll throw. And I have to say, Katie Taylor, she kind of let it slip towards the end, but she fought quite disciplined in parts because she was hitting Amanda Serrano with the single shots. She was pot shotting her with them single right hands down the middle, single right hands down the middle. Oh, you know, in the past she would have fallen in and thrown, you know, a 3, 4, 5 punch combination. But for a lot of this fight, she was pretty disciplined in sticking to singles and sticking to the 1-1-2s and those kind of combinations, rather than, you know, going all out. That's my opinion. Lil King says Katie lost the first 6 rounds easy. Okay, whatever you say, bro. Whatever you say. Serrano was robbed blind. Oh, Jesus Christ. All right, that's enough from me, I think. Has anybody else got anything to say? Anything else? Anybody else got anything to say? Get your last comments in. I'm gonna go to bed. Can't be asked to listen to another. Can't be asked to listen to the old robbery bollocks. It's like 4 a.m. in the morning down here, and I don't really care enough, innit? It's just, I don't really care. It's so stupid. Brian Burke says, "Calm down, guys. When it's close fight, you can't say robbery." I mean, it's just painful, isn't it? I just can't be bothered. Then it's deal with it. It's 4 a.m. I'm gonna go to. I don't want to hear this fucking shit. I don't care. Let's have a look. Ultra, you not watching Valdez? I don't really care about Oscar Valdez and Shaka Stevenson, really. I don't really care. Maybe if that makes me a casual, I don't know. But I'm kind of tired at the minute. I might have a little watch. Might go to bed. Not going to watch it on here, though. I think I'll just probably enjoy the fight. Anyway, look. As predicted, Katie Taylor has beaten Amanda Serrano on points. Calls of robbery. It was what it was. In my opinion, Amanda Serrano let that fight slip. But Katie Taylor has a lot of heart to stay in the fight because she took an absolute pasting, yeah? For 2 straight rounds, I think 1 or 2 rounds in that in those middle rounds. What round was that where Taylor took that pasting? I think it was round 5 here, looking back at this. Round 5 and 6. She took an absolute fucking pasting. But, like I said before, slow feet is what it is. Slazzy says, open the lines. I'd rather cut my nutsack off than talk to you lot at 4 a.m. in the morning about bollocks. Probably going to jump on and talk some bullshit about how it was a robbery. And I don't even like Katie Taylor, to be honest. I was kind of hoping Amanda Serrano would win, but It was what it was, wasn't it, really? Serrano let them rounds go late on. Simple as that. Got pot shot over the right hand and the check hook. It was what it was. Agreed. Plus, we'll probably get to see it all again. And like I said before in the prediction, like I said before in my little prediction, everyone's now going to... What you're going to hear now is 3-minute rounds. Go on Twitter, all you hear about is 3-minute rounds. Amanda Serrano will probably call for a rematch with 3-minute rounds. Katie Taylor probably retire. She'll probably retire, right? Unless she's going to get astronomical money for doing that again. Serrano took that 7th off and put a halt to her momentum. If Serrano managed to pull out another round like the 7th, that fight could have been stopped. If Serrano could have carried that momentum in and put some more shots together in the 7th, that fight could have been stopped, in my opinion. Carter says, I thought Taylor missed a lot of her shots, but definitely came back towards the end. Feel like if it went round by round, it would have been for Serrano. That's fair enough. It is what it is. All right, it is what it is. Look, at the end of the day, you know, it is what it is. I'm not really stressed about this kind of thing. It is what it is. All right, not my finest hour, but I am going to go get some sleep because really, I don't really give a shit about fights like this. It is what it is.